This is the National Weather Service in Blacksburg with a weather briefing recorded at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, October 4th. We continue to monitor Hurricane Matthew and its potential impacts to southwest Virginia, southeast West Virginia, and northwest North Carolina. This is the track from the National Hurricane Center. As you can see, this track has shifted a little farther to the west over the past few days, and that increases the chances for some heavy rain and gusty winds, especially along and east of the Blue Ridge. In terms of timing, this last forecast point from the National Hurricane Center is the forecast for late Saturday night, early Sunday morning at about 2 a.m. So at this time, any impacts would occur during the weekend and perhaps into Sunday night. But there's still a tremendous amount of uncertainty, not only with the track, but intensity with Matthew. So we need to pay very close attention to this storm over the next few days. I would encourage you to check the forecast frequently as we go through the week. Here is how several different computer models forecast the track of Matthew. As you can see, most of them are clustering a right-hand turn off the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but there are a couple that bring Matthew inland into eastern Virginia. So again, we will need to monitor Matthew very carefully. Here's the official forecast from the Weather Prediction Center in terms of rainfall through Sunday morning. And you can see the axis of heaviest rain has shifted to the west as the track of Matthew, the forecast track of Matthew, has shifted west. So now the forecast shows the potential for 1 to 2 inches of rain along and east of the Blue Ridge through Sunday. Here's the Hurricane Center's forecast for tropical storm force winds. That would be 39 miles per hour or greater. And you can see for our area, the chances are fairly low, 5 to 10%. But as you get to the eastern part of the state, those chances increase. So, worst case scenario, if Matthew continues to track a little farther to the west, we do have the potential for some heavy rains along and east of the Blue Ridge and some gusty wind. Here is one of the forecast models showing the wind gust at Lynchburg by the time we get into Sunday, with a couple of models showing winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with perhaps some higher gust. So to summarize, there's still a tremendous amount of uncertainty with regard to the track and intensity of Matthew. So please monitor the forecast frequently and carefully through this week. The trend has been for Matthew to track farther to the west, and that increases the chances for heavy rain and gusty winds along and east of the Blue Ridge this weekend. And if this westward trend continues, the worst case scenario would bring the potential for some flooding along and east of the Blue Ridge, along with some down trees and power lines from the combination of gusty winds and a moist ground. So please monitor our website at weather.gov/Blacksburg or follow us on our social media pages listed at the bottom of this graphic to keep up to date on Hurricane Matthew. Thank you very much for your time.